Hey guys, it's Kimise, and here's our first vlog for February of 2024. I hope you guys are doing great. This is kind of a little bit of a retread of last week's. I actually had one up last week for a few hours, but the audio was terrible. I didn't catch it, and so I took it down and everything. So we're going to touch on a few things, but I just want to say thanks again for hollering in. I just want to know the channel is going great. You guys have helped us hit an all-time subscriber high. We were over 1,500 subscribers, and thank you for taking the moment to hit that. That just really is so encouraging. I've been doing this for a while, and I do it because I enjoy it, not because I make any type of money or anything on it. In fact, I just did my taxes, and I'm way on the far end of the hole for that. But anyways, I just want to say thanks because you guys watching is what makes it fun. The interactions, the feedback, those of you that play on the server with me, you guys are absolutely awesome. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to hit that like button on videos you enjoy, hit that subscribe, and anybody who's taking the time to do comments or come out to the live streams, you guys are fantastic. So what's going on in the channel wise? Well, everything's going pretty good. I mean, we've got a lot of series going on at the moment. For instance, the Myth walkthrough is going strong. We are well over halfway through Wallaroo, and we're getting ready to get that and finished up here. Probably, I don't know, could be about a month. Yeah, maybe about a month of episodes, and then we'll finish up with Wallaroo, and then we'll wait for like some of the new dungeons and stuff to come out, and maybe we'll stream those. I don't know if I'll do an episode or not. I'll have to try it a couple times. We'll have to see. Let me know down in the comments what you think. And as soon as that's over, then we're going to see an uptick back in the dual school walkthrough videos, at least 2 a week or so, as well as a couple of the Witch Doctor videos a week as well. So if you've been enjoying those, I've been getting great feedback from you guys for a while on those. Thank you so much. We're going to keep on going. I'm having a good time right now, but we are in Azteca, longest world in the game right now in my dual school Fire and Storm. So that's going to be a little bit of a grind. And then we all know Chrysalis is a grind. So we've got a lot of good stuff coming up. So there we go. Let's see here. The streams have been going fantastic. So if you've been coming out to the streams, thanks for hanging out with me, talking about games, life, whatever is on there. It's a good time. We do it there here on YouTube as well. Let me know down in the comments if you think we should go multi-stream, maybe start, getting some of the streams back on Twitch and everything. I think it might be a good thing. I don't know. Twitch was getting really weird for a while, so I backed off of Twitch, and it seemed like it was more headache than it was worthwhile. But if you think Twitch might be good to dual stream again, and maybe I'll just do both channels at the same time, let me know down in the comments if you think that might be a good idea. I'm not sure, haven't decided, on the fence. Let's hear Minecraft. It's awesome, guys. I'm building a Staples this week for the town, and we've got lots of cool builds going up. Again, we got plenty of room on the server, so if you're looking for a server home and you just want to play with a bunch of guys who are having fun creating large long-term builds, because this is a server that we're doing a long-term growth on, probably a few years when it's all said and done. I really want to see this place grow and have some fun building something that's going to be epic, something I can look back and say, hey, yeah, this server's been around for 5 years. That's kind of what I'm going for. And we got plenty of room on it. There's lots of space. I see new builds popping up. Like I noticed somebody was building a telescope build, like an observatory. I thought was like, oh, that's cool. I can't wait to see that one's done. I found another person in a jungle biome, and they've right now have got they've got kind of like a cliff dwelling going on. So there's some cool things happening on the server. Not to mention I gotta get back to the Raven build, the Ravenswood build. Yeah, so there's tons of stuff, tons of time, tons of room if you want to do that. And if you want to join the server, again, all I ask is just to help pay for the server costs and everything, that you either be a channel member here at YouTube or join my Patreon, and that really helps a lot. Thank you very much. Against the Storm, I really love the game. I'm going to keep doing it. It's a passion project because it's an awesome game. If you haven't checked out, let me know. But I might start doing some more offline work on Against the Storm, just because it seems like the videos have been very similar, and I want to start making some advancement in it, which means I need to actually start grinding a little bit harder and getting more done each week. So you'll start seeing some time jumps in there where I might finish a storm path and I don't actually video it, and I come back in and we do one based on some of the new features that we get on there. Okay, so what's going on? Well, here's what's on my mind this week, and this is kind of a little bit of a retread from last week, but it didn't record really well last week, so I want to go ahead and say, voting, guys. It's the season for voting, and whether you are voting in the United States or whether you're voting somewhere else, it matters. Now, You're probably thinking the national votes, my vote will get lost in it. And honestly, I know exactly where you're feeling. I totally feel that way. And although those races can be pretty important, and it's important to be passionate and I think have a position that makes sense when you've decided to be at your at. Those are hard for me to make a good case. Say go out and vote for, like in the United States, two terrible candidates. I'll be honest with you, they're both terrible. They're neither one's going to help me out in my life or put policies in place that I think are really going to make a big difference in my life for the better. But at the same time, okay, at the same time, the local races that are local around me, my vote counts a lot because of the lack of people that vote, right? Okay, and those local races indefinitely have much stronger ties to the way my life is locally around my state, around my county, around my city. As far as where we spend our money, who we hire in, what's our philosophy in our schools for our kids. At least in the states, that's the way it works. Local politicians are the most important races you can vote in. Those local races, and I just want to encourage you to, if you've gone to that point where you're just apathetic about the whole thing, and I understand 100% about that, I would encourage you to go out there and look at your local races, get to know those people. Chances are you can probably even meet some of those local guys that are running in your area, and get to know them, talk to them, find out who they are. Are they nuts? Are they nuts? Or are they going to look at issues that mean something to you? And how are they going to vote? Because those guys are going to mean more to you. They're going to be more to your daily life, more to your belief system than anybody at the national stage. Anybody. And they're going to do things, they're going to put policies in place that are going to promote your community, okay? Like, for instance, if you go all over the United States, there are places that are doing well, and there are places that aren't doing well. It's not because of the national government 9 times out of 10. It's because of your local governments. It's because of the tax policies your local area has in place. It's because of the education policies your local area has in place. And people want to live in those places because of that. Not because of who's president. I mean, yeah, you know what? There's all sorts of national politics, and it is going to be what it is. And I bet you there's some things you agree with and some things you don't. And it doesn't matter whether it's in the United States or whether it's in Europe somewhere or whether it's in Asia somewhere or Australia. Those national politicians may or may not be on the same page as you. But you know who you can make sure is on the same page as you is your local politician. And nothing big happens without local politicians getting behind something and doing it. Like here in Texas, there's a big push for vouchers, for the voucher system for education. And because of who we voted in locally, that it's made sure that those vouchers haven't been a thing. And I'm a school teacher, and that's a big deal. And I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree with vouchers, because I can make some really good pro and con arguments for and against them, and the way we do education here in the United States. And every place does the public education a little bit differently, And if you ever want to talk about it, let me know. We can talk about it, because I think there's some good points pro and con. And that's just an example of something local. And it's good to have an opinion about it. It's good to voice that opinion, but the best place to do it is to vote. And locally, in your local elections, is where it counts. And yeah, you might have to go vote or not vote for the national politician during that local election, because it's all held at the same time. But what's more important is that you showed up and you voted for your local politicians and put people that you've had a chance to vet, get to know their policies, and put people in there that you agree with, that you think is going to make the right changes for your community, for your local community, because those guys are the ones that are going to have the most impact on your daily life. And I would just encourage you to get to know them, get to know their policies, go out there and make your voice heard. Doesn't matter whether you agree with me or disagree with me, whether you agree with the person across the street or not across the street, whether the person you're voting for empathizes with a certain national leader. Ignore that. Look at what they're going to vote for. Look at what their policies are. Vote for that person. That's what makes sense. That's what counts. And that's where your voice can be heard. And you know what? If enough of us are doing that locally, then maybe that national election will turn out better. Maybe we'll actually get candidates that are worth something, that aren't just beholden to some crazy social media zeitgeist promoted because of algorithms want to divide us and separate us. We're way more united locally than we'll ever be nationally. And we can make our voice be heard locally if we get out there and vote. So I encourage you, do that. It doesn't matter where you are. This is true everywhere you live. You can make a difference. And that's the thing I want to say. Guys, you are awesome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is Kimise. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.